Good afternoon, everyone. What's going on? How is everyone today? Sorry that was a little late. What's going on, Richard? Hi, Titan. I hope you're still up. I know you're in Ireland. What's up, Melvin? Checks. What's going on, guys? I have a bit more prepared for today, so today should go even smoother. I will tell you that after the stream yesterday, you guys, I know it's on a little lag, so I'm not expecting comments back yet. After the stream yesterday, Luke and I got in a fight on the street, literally. See these band-aids I got cut into by Luke's teeth. There was a pointer on the street, and I guess they had words, and Luke literally lashed down on the side of his head, grabbing his ear and his neck, and I had to pry his jaws off of him. Luckily, the other guy with the pointer was cool about it. The pointer didn't actually get hurt. I think it was more of like a play grip, but Luke scared the crap out of him, and he was crying. And I was bleeding. Got some cuts on this hand, and my knee and my foot is a little bit messed up too. Let me just make sure that you guys can see me already. Just tell me if you could. You guys can see me? Just let me know in a couple minutes. Let's get right into it. So fight, you know that story. And let me just make sure I have all these windows open really quick, guys. Yep. Okay. Okay, so let's get right into it. I wanted to tell you a story really quick about exactly when I got into vending, what was going on. Like I told you yesterday, So guys, my name is Vigo Bowman. I'm from Manhattan. I have experience in vending, and this is what this is going to be about. It's going to be about starting your own business. We might get into quitting your job and just creating your own income. A lot of that's going to be tomorrow, but we have a lot to talk about today, including locations, sourcing products, enjoying vending, just taking a break from your regular life, the height of my business, how many machines I had, contracts with the businesses, other vendors scaling your accounts, motivation to get those machines out there, the money cut you give businesses, how often do I fill my machines, the cheapest ways to get into vending that I didn't even talk about yesterday with the candy. This is an even cheaper way. What I would do if I wasn't going to medical school, like how I would set up my life. So let me get into this story. I was playing cards, mostly online, sometimes live, and I was doing pretty well on Full Tilt Poker. This is in 2010, so this is before 2011 when everything went south. And I would get around a $2,000 check sent to me each week that I would take out of my account. And I want to say I'm not really sure of the month. I want to say it was June. I think it was late June, mid-July. Luke, hey, come on. Late June, mid-July of... Could you go lie down, please? Go lie down. Late June, mid-July of 2010. I was getting these $2,000 checks sent to me, and 3 checks in a row bounced at the same bank, a credit union I had upstate. Hold on one second. I had three checks bounced at a credit union I had upstate. We're going to get to really cheap vending a little later. And I got in trouble. They wanted to call the cops. They wanted to, what's up, Nick? What's up, Brad? They wanted to call the cops. I was able to talk my way out of it. I had to pay back $6,000 for the bounce checks. What had happened was the federal government had frozen some of Full Tilt's accounts at a California bank, and that's where the checks came from. They had been marked by the California bank. They froze those accounts. So I'd gotten 3 consecutive checks 3 weeks in a row over like 18, 21 days, and they all bounced. $6,000, that's a big deal. That's a lot of money. Thankfully, the police were not involved, and I paid that back over like the next month. Just had to deal with, I had to get the money from various places. Let's put it that way. Okay, so I want to get into locations with you guys really quick here. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. I thought I actually had these set up. I'm sorry I don't. Okay, we're all good now. I want to get into locations with you guys, like I said. Okay, so locations. The best locations to try, where I've been most successful. As you could see on the list, the best locations to try are oil change shops, bus depots, school buses, city buses. When I say bus depot, I don't necessarily mean like the bus station. That would be awesome to get a bus station stop. Usually those are saturated. Usually those are already established. They have been established for years. Auto collision centers. I have a few of those. Factories of any kind. I've never actually gotten a factory per se. I mean, I've gotten factory type environments like the cemetery where there was a lot of workers, only workers, but I've never actually gotten a factory where they actually manufacture goods. Schools. Now, schools are like the golden goose. Besides like sporting centers, like ice skating rinks. I've gotten a school before. It was a small charter school. Wasn't that big, and the soda actually wasn't sold to students. I had soda machines in school when I was younger. They didn't allow the students to buy the soda, so it was in the teacher's lounge. The teachers did buy a very good amount of soda. I think probably around $140 a month worth of soda the teachers bought. So that's decent. So going down the list, ice skating rinks, that's going to be awesome, because if you can get into a place like an ice skating rink, or like a one of those gym places where kids go with like trampolines or gymnastics stuff, or like even like a BMX center, those are great. Again, those are going to be saturated, but you want to look. What I mean by saturated is they're gonna have machines already, so you want to look at new business openings. You always want to be on top of that. You want to drive around when you're going to your other machines. Hopefully, you'll be on the lookout for new businesses. And when a new business pops up, when they're under construction, guys, when they're under construction, go in there. I know that the owner or managers won't be there when they're under construction, but you want to get those contact numbers, and you want to contact those owners and managers, ask them, can I take you out to coffee, or just talk to you on the phone? And then you probably won't get the account right then, but you're going to have the contact already. You're going to know this guy's name, you're going to know his phone number, and you're going to have spoke to him already. So you will be able to have that kind of back and forth already, and when they do open, you're going to go in there the first or second day, the first week, second week, and you're gonna place that machine. Let's see, supermarkets. Obviously, you're not really going to place soda machines in a supermarket, but you will be able to place bulk candy machines, the Gumball machines. Now, these are going to be different than the ones I showed you, the double heads yesterday. These are going to be like racks, like 6 or 8 or 12 rack candy and vending machines. They'll all be the same. Some of them will have toys. Some of them bouncy balls. Bouncy balls are great. Bouncy balls are very cheap. Gumballs, Skittles, Mike and Ike's. You can put M&Ms in supermarkets because they won't necessarily melt like they would in a dry cleaner or a Chinese restaurant, like I was saying yesterday. Large parks with public bathrooms, plug the machine right into the wall. Again, these are going to be hard, but they do build parks each year in different counties and towns. So you want to be on top of that, and you're going to have to give the city a cut, probably pretty fat. But if you get one of those machines, it's guaranteed income for you guys. Okay, so cemeteries that have large ground crews, that's a given. You've seen that video where I go to the cemetery, and that is a very seasonal thing. But you know what? Soda machines are very seasonal. During the winter, you're not going to sell a lot of soda. During the summer, you're going to sell a lot of soda when those grounds crews are there, mowing the grass, clipping the hedges, planting flowers, things like that. Police stations. If you're adverse to going to the police station, don't go. But if you can go, and they don't have a vending machine, the thing is, I would call first, because like just like walk into a police station, like, yo, you know what I mean? Call first. You have a soda machine, then walk in, introduce yourself. If you've been in the military, if you've ever had a job with the cops, if you're an EMT, or if you're a firefighter, mention all those things first. I was in the military, so I was able to kind of like break the ice really quickly in a police station, because most cops have been in the military, at least state cops. City cops may not have been, but you'll probably get a good percentage anyway for city and town cops that have been in the military. Shopping malls, that's another big boon. I've never gone to a shopping mall. To be honest, I never tried to get a shopping mall because all the shopping malls that I saw, let me see what this comment says, all the shopping centers that I saw were saturated. They already have machines. Some locations are going to be a lot harder than others. The easier locations are going to be the oil change shops, the auto collision places, the bus depots. Now, I was talking yesterday about the bus depot, the school bus depot, and that was great money, guys. That was great money. And remember, you're going to lose. So you're going to get all these accounts, but you have to plan on losing accounts, and not because they say get out. Okay, I've only had one instance where I've had to get out of a spot, and I told that story yesterday. That was at the Chinese place that wanted more money. These places aren't going to say get out. That's not why you're going to lose accounts if you're giving good service. You're just going to lose them. You're going to have to be out because the businesses close. They move to other towns, other states. For example, I had accounts with a road contractor. They built up, they repaired and built up certain parts of the thruway in upstate New York a few years back. And I would place a machine at these temporary warehouse locations where they stored all their goods and tools, and where they hung out after work at their warehouse. And that was great money. And when they moved to another section of the road, I would literally move the machine to the new warehouse, the new temporary location, and on and on. This went on for a couple years. So that was great. Had a great relationship with them. They liked iced tea lemonade, which was funny, but that was their thing. Another good place is OTB. I don't know that you guys have those in all states. OTB, off-track betting. That's a great place to get into if they're opening new ones, because those guys will just hang out all day and drink soda and eat snacks. So what's the next thing we're going to talk about? Okay, this is such an issue of big attention, and I really laugh at you guys when you tell me I should go to Sam's Club and Costco. What was smart, Nick? When you tell me I should go to Sam's Club and Costco, always try to get soda from your local supermarket. Go through all the circulars. Around me, I have ShopRite, Stop and Shop, Hannaford's, Price Chopper, Target. I mentioned Walmart yesterday. They do have really good sales when they have sales, but they will not tell you. They're not in the. They do have circulars, I think, some Walmarts, but you won't see the soda sale. They don't care to put it, I guess. And I've tried to call Walmart before to figure out the sales, and the people that answered the phone didn't know what I was talking about. I don't even know if they knew. They just didn't know what I meant when I talked to them on the phone. So if you are in Walmart, if you shop at Walmart regularly, if there's one close to you, and you have a little time, I mean, you're probably going to be in that section anyway. Check if there's sales. That would be the only way I would buy at Walmart. I wouldn't actively go there because sometimes the sale is on, sometimes it's not, and you might be wasting your time. Okay, so like I was saying, Sam's Club and Costco, I wouldn't go there. They're my last resort. They should be your last resort too. They usually the higher prices about 99% of the time. So Sam's Club sells soda in 24, 32, and 35 packs. Now I got the price of a 35 pack at my local Sam's Club today, and that was $11.73. Okay, so that comes to 33.5 cents a can, and that's before bottle deposit, and that's before tax, because that's going to vary by state. It's going to vary by state. So you can see the above stores are just better. So some sales are like 3 10-packs for $10 or $11. Four packs, 4 packs for $12, $11, or $10. Sometimes even $10, which is absolutely ridiculous pricing. The worst possible sale you'll see at one of these stores is 3 packs for $11. And even then, you're getting soda at 30 cents, 30.5 cents, 30.5 cents a can. That's a full 3 cents less than you're going to buy at Sam's Club. At least my local Sam's Club, which is probably pretty similar to any Sam's Club around the country. Got it. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, the road construction are good spots. Okay, so the best possible sale I was talking about is 48 cans for $10. That comes out to 20.8 cents a can. That's a full 12.7 cents cheaper than the Sam's Club can, which is 33.5 cents. That is an absolutely unreal difference. Unreal. I mean, the math on that is pretty incredible. So let's take an average day where I might be driving around with 200 cases of soda in my truck. That's 4,800 cans. The difference, those are going to cost 20.8 cents a can, like I said. And the difference between a can of soda for that 4 packs of soda for $10 and Sam's Club is going to be 12.7 cents again. That's going to be $609.60 to me. That's some really, really serious money. And that's just one day. $609 more that I would make off 200 cases of soda. So again, I always laugh whenever someone comments that I should just freaking go to Sam's Club already. I think we've done that. All right, so what was I gonna do? Let's see, real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little break. I'm not gonna go away. I'm just going to talk to you guys. What questions might you guys have right now? Give me a couple questions. Or you know what? I will go on to the next topic, but throw some questions out there, and then I'll take a break and answer questions after this topic. So just throw a bunch of questions out there, and I'll answer them in a few minutes. Okay, you are going to enjoy vending greatly. I mean, really, you're going to love. You're going to love to vend. I always love the break from my normal routine. I just love driving, and a lot of times I would have Luke with me if the truck wasn't that full, or I would just kind of like cram him into a corner and he'd have to deal with it. But he loves going to work. I've told you that before. So you're just gonna love the break from your normal routine, and if this becomes your business, don't worry, you'll love it too, because you'll eventually get into other businesses like ATM machines. You might open up a coffee shop. You might write a book. Um, and this is obviously aside from the stacks of cash that you're going to have, and the literally buckets of change that I've had built up in my closets over the years. So again, ask any questions you want. I will go on to the next topic. Okay, so the height of my business, I had 57 soda machines and 33 gumball machines. On average, a soda machine for me made about, hold on average throughout the 12 months of the year, soda machines made about $225 a month. Some made a lot more, some made a lot less. And then for the Gumball candy machines, the double heads and triple heads, those made between, literally, there was a vast difference on those. They made between about $15 a month and about $50 a month. So each month I would average around $21 a month on those machines. Do soda machines have any computerized way of tracking sales? Yes, yes, they do. To be honest, I didn't use that feature, but they do have computers inside that can track sales. Um, I tracked my sales because I knew how much on paper I would keep meticulous logs, and I would always log how many cases I loaded into a machine by soda, and I would log how much money I took out after each fill or before each fill, as it was, depending on how excited I was to collect. Could you vend from a trailer park? Sure, you could vend from anywhere. I mean, if you have trailer parks in your area, go get a relationship with those people, and sure, I would go up to them. I mean, because I think they usually have a management office, right? So maybe you could plug the machine right into the side of the management office. That's actually something I've thought about getting into, not putting a soda machine into a trailer park, but actually buying up trailers and reselling them. I actually really researched that 3 years ago when I was heavily into real estate, and that's something I was going to do on the weekends. And that's something I'm going to talk about a little later when I talk about what I would do if I wasn't planning on going to medical school, like what my life path would be, and what maybe your life path will be if you want to make this something you're going to do. All right, let's see. So I just wanted to mention the super chat really quick. How did I get mine in the cemetery? I literally was driving around, and around the area I had a vending machine in a cemetery. In a laundromat, I had a candy machine in one of the laundromats, and I was driving around, and I saw the grounds crew. They were digging a grave. This is a cemetery that it's one of those. It's a very big cemetery in upstate New York, and I'm not going to tell you where it is exactly because I sold that location, and I don't want to kind of blow up that guy's spot. But it's a very big cemetery in upstate New York. There's a few famous people buried there, and I saw a grounds crew digging a grave, and I thought, those guys need to drink soda. So I found the grounds office, and I talked to the guy, and he let me place the machine there. So super chat. If you guys want to do super chat, that would be awesome. I've never done this before. If you want to say something and highlight it up, that's great. Also, if you want to say something and literally everyone can hear it in a computerized voice, you can go to that link. And I don't even know if it works because you guys know this is the first time I've done this. So you can go to the link in the description that says Streamlabs. It's the first thing. It says donate. If you want to do a computerized voice, that would be kind of cool. So let's go to the next topic. Where are we? So the next topic, what are we going to talk about? So contracts. Do you need one? I'm going to say no. This is purely up to you, as is a lot of parts of this business. What are you saying? Oh, a lot of parts of this business. I've only literally done 2 contracts for any of the locations I've ever had. And one of those I did because the guy was kind of like iffy on the deal, and I said, you know what, let's do a contract. And the other place actually required, they wanted a contract for me. The manager, that was it was a gas station mechanic shop in a small town, Pine Bush, New York. If you want to look that up, you could probably even find the gas station on Google Maps. That location didn't do so well. I actually ended up taking that machine out of there a year later. That's the other way. Sorry, that's the other way you could lose machines. You're not necessarily losing them, but if the machine isn't doing well, like in one of my first locations was that diner for the candy machine I told you about yesterday that I was making like $225 a month. Well, this gas station I was making like literally like $35 a month off soda, which is very bad. If you're making anything under $80 a month, that's good. That's going to be your real cutoff, because you're just kind of wasting that machine. Because you paid $1,300, you paid $2,500 for that machine, so you don't want to waste that machine. Is it going to go somewhere? Is it going to break down? Maybe, but that's not the reason. You could just find a better spot. It's the same way I say, don't go somewhere and try to push out another vendor. And obviously that's noble of you, but I'm not talking about nobility. I'm not talking about ethics. I'm just talking about time management, and you're going to waste your time if you're doing things like that. So contracts, no. So I put pizza party on this slide, and the reason is I wanted to tell you guys about what you're going to say. We're going to get into that maybe today, but definitely tomorrow, about what exactly you say for locations. Give me 1 second. When you're placing those machines and you're giving them 15 to 25% of the revenue each month, they're going to say, well, how much money does that come out to be? And you're going to say, you know what, you guys can throw a pizza party for your employees, or you could bring pizza home to your children tonight. But that's gonna be it. It's gonna pay for a pizza party each time you come in. So, and during the summer, it's gonna pay for a pizza party every 3 weeks. During the winter, it's gonna pay for a pizza party every 2 months or so. So let's see. Next contact we're gonna talk about. Is there any questions? No. Feel free to ask questions, guys. Okay, so next topic. Vendors stealing accounts. The only way this is going to happen to you is if you're neglectful with your accounts. If you're not filling them when they're empty, if you're not responding to a broken machine when a client calls you, then they might call other vendors to come in if they really need a machine. But most likely what would happen is that another vendor would come to try to poach your location. And if you've been neglectful with your accounts for the past few months, the business owner might be like, you know what? Yeah, Tom has been neglectful, Peter's been neglectful, Jose hasn't been here in 8 months, and yeah, fine. You know what? We're just going to put this to the side, or they might just toss the machine out if they just don't feel great about you. Of course, there's legal ramifications to that, and you don't want that to happen. But don't be neglectful, and you'll be fine. Give good service, and don't worry. And when I say bullshit, if need be, I mean it. There's some accounts where I would go in and out, like one of the auto collision places I had. Like I never talked to someone. I talked to this mechanic named Mike sometimes because he was a really cool guy, and he had some cool bikes, and we talk about that. But otherwise, I never even saw anyone because the machine was like downstairs behind a building. Even though it was downstairs behind a building, they all went there because it was a multiple building business, and they got soda. Anyway, I never saw anyone, went in and out. Then there's accounts I've had at like auto lube places or like the bus depot, where you go in and like you literally are there for a half hour longer than you should be after filling the machine. because the manager or the owner just likes to bullshit. He wants to talk, he wants to talk about sports. He wants to talk about the Yankees. He wants to talk about the Giants, or he wants to talk about, how he just broke up with his girlfriend. And you know what? Placate him. Talk about whatever he wants to talk about, because happy, good accounts are the best accounts. And this kind of ties in what I want to talk about later, about how much money you're giving the people. If you have a good relationship with them, they're not going to tax you. They're not going to ask for more money. Maintenance. So Nick, maintenance isn't necessarily that big of a deal if you keep up your machines. I am going to get into some stuff about maintenance tomorrow, but as far as the candy machines, they come apart. They come apart pretty easily, and you just kind of replace parts. Very easy mechanically to figure out. At least for me, you could usually buy all those parts on Amazon or eBay. So let's look at you know what? Let's look at two machines that I bought up for you guys. Some solid machines. If you go to the about section in the description of the video, you'll see links, and you'll see a link for a triple Gumball machine. Let me see right here. Yeah, you'll see a link for a triple head Gumball machine. Oh, hold on, guys. Sorry. And that is right here. This machine is a little better deal than the machines I showed you yesterday. It's $250, but it has 3 heads. So you can put Gumballs in the middle, put Mike and Ike's on one side, and Skittles on the other. You got these banana things, and I think those look like Mike and Ike's on the right, or they're like some kind of knockoff Mike and Ike. I see like little goldfish in there. This is a good deal, and this is a good company, LYPC. This will last years. Literally, you will just be replacing the inside parts little. This was my first machine, was this company. It just wasn't a triple head. It was a double head machine, but it was this company. So this would actually be okay to buy just to get started. Get your candy either on Amazon, or I would prefer you go to Sam's Club to buy the Skittles, Mike and Ike's, and Gumballs. And then there was another machine. Okay, so this is just a combo snack and soda machine. So this is an example of what not to buy. So again, just go to the description. What was that? Click on the combo snack and soda machine, and you will find this Trimline 2 combo snack and soda machine. Look at the price. The price is ridiculous. The price is $4,600. That is not why I'm telling you to not to buy it. I'm telling you not to buy it because it holds like no soda. I think it holds, let's see, 136 cans. Yep, I'm right. So it holds 225 snacks and 136 cans of soda. At that rate, if you're in a good business, during the summer, you're going to be replacing the drinks once a week. No, probably actually more than that. Maybe like once every 5 days during the summer, if it has 136 drinks. Possibly even every 3 or 4 days, because each column only fits probably around 18 to 28 cans a column of soda, and those are going to go really quick in a big business. I would only say to buy one of these if you owned like a laundromat yourself and you were there all the time anyway. It's not going to be a big deal to have a few cases of soda and a few cases of snacks in the back. All right. Any questions so far? Yes, candy machines are the way to go, guys. Candy machines don't go by buying soda machines at first. Candy machines are the way to go at first. You want to know that you could actually buy um, actually run this business well. Because some people just can't get up the nerve to go out and get locations. They're just too shy. So don't buy 10 or 20 machines before you know you can get locations. All right, so what's the next thing? What is the next thing we're going to talk about? So our next topic is cost. Okay. So a used machine, a used soda machine that is, which you should be buying used, is going to cost you between $1,300 and $1,500 for a used soda machine. Remember to thoroughly test this machine out, or bring someone that knows what they're doing. Because remember, if you buy a used machine, usually, unless you buy a used machine from a dealer, which is going to be rare because they want to sell you new stuff, to take more money off of you. Sometimes they'll have refurbished machines, but those aren't going to cost much less than a new machine anyway. So I'd go with the new machine in that case. So along with testing it out, like along with putting a whole bunch of dollar bills in there, along with putting $50 or $100 worth of change in there, I would literally ask them to turn that machine on 3 or 4 hours before you get there. And ask them to have a few sodas in there so the soda gets cold. And I would run through a few sodas. I would ask them to put 20 or 30 sodas in there. And if they say I don't have the time for this, because some people are rude. Say if I don't have the time for this, well be like, well, I don't have the time to give you my money. And as far as bartering for used goods, this isn't a video about negotiation, but I will say, let's say you had a deal to buy 2 soda machines for $3,300 off of Craigslist. One thing I don't necessarily want you to get as extreme as I would, but I would suggest, like, let's say the cost on Craigslist was like $3,400 and you got the guy down to $3,300 through email. I would literally bring $3,000 with me, and you know what, if you want to sell it, you want to sell it. Take out the cash, take out the bundle of cash, be like, I have the $3,000. Obviously don't do this unless you feel safe, but I have the $3,000. That's all I can get a hold of. I thought I can get a hold of $3,300. Or you could say, you know what, I thought about it and I just don't think these machines are worth what you want to charge, the $3,300 for 2 machines. So I have $3,000. If you want to get it done, let's get it done. Usually people selling on Craigslist want to get it done. They want the money and they'll take it. So for a new machine, $2,300 to $3,500 for a new soda machine. You're gonna get these at dealers. You'll find the dealers online. There might be a few in your area, but if you don't live in a big metropolitan area, you are not gonna find these guys. So you're gonna have to get it shipped. So not only are you paying more for the machine than you would a used machine, but you're also paying pretty big shipping costs, which might be a couple $100s or more. So you really want to go through Craigslist. If you can get your hand on a friend's truck, if you have a truck yourself, that's great. If you can get help from a family member or friend or coworker to load that machine up. Now, I mean, if you're not experienced on moving these big soda machines, then go to a dealer first. I don't want you guys to get hurt. But these things are big. You're gonna need a lift, and you're gonna need at least one friend, if not 2. To help you out. So as far as candy machines go, I talked a lot about prices. Double heads are going to be between 125 to 150 used. I bought my first 2 on Amazon. Like I said, you guys can do that too. Buy 1 machine, buy 2. Don't go more than 2. Once you get into it, definitely go to Craigslist. If not going to Craigslist first, well, you'll find a double head for 125 to 150 used, or triple head for $100 to $125 used. I've actually gotten cheaper than that. And so you see these prices here on Craigslist. They're going to be a lot more. They're going to try to charge you close to new on both these. So they're going to try to charge you like 175 to 225 for the triple head, and they're going to try to charge you like 2 to 250 for the double head. And again, use the method I told you, like agree on a price over email, bring less, say this is all I have, let's get this done. Yeah, they're going to scowl, but they'll take the money, and you will be on your way. So Lowrider, I sold 7 machines for 21,000. That wasn't all of my machines. I've been selling my machines over the past couple of years. It does take a while. You could sell all your machines in a week if you want, but you're not going to get the price you want. It'll take you a couple of years to sell at a good rate. Those were pretty much my last machines. You guys know I have one soda machine left. What else did I want to say? So we got costs. Our next topic is going to be motivation. To get out there and place machines, you need motivation. There's going to be some days you go out. Now, I never went out. Scratch that. I went out in the beginning when I didn't have locations and I placed machines. That's what I did. I would like buy 3, 5, 8 soda machines off Craigslist, maybe 1 or 2 on Amazon if I couldn't find any on Craigslist, and I would put those in my truck and I would drive around to Chinese restaurants and dry cleaners. That was basically where I put all my candy machines, a couple in laundromats. But I would literally drive around with those machines in the back, and I wouldn't go home until they were out of the truck. There was a couple days where I couldn't get all of them out of the truck. You're going to have those days. But the motivation is going to come when you get out there and you make money and you're paying off those extraneous credit card bills. You're paying off maybe your student loans. Or maybe you don't have bills and maybe you just want to make a whole lot of money for some reason. You're going to have piles of cash in your closet. You're going to have buckets full of change in your closet. And this I guarantee you, this will get your ass out there on the streets to place more machines. Any questions right now? Okay, so let's talk about money cut for businesses. Only 45% of the businesses I've actually paid a percentage to. You're probably saying, how is that possible? Well, the thing is, you have to remember, you're doing them a service by bringing your soda machine there. When candy machines, 100% of the time, unless, some grandma owns a small diner somewhere, you're going to be giving them money. As far as soda machines go, only 45% of the businesses I've had, I paid a percentage of the revenue to. So you're going to say that you're doing them a service. And sorry, my throat's a little dry. You're doing them a service by bringing the machine there because they might not have a deli, Dunkin' Donuts, a Rite Aid, or a Subway nearby. So by having that soda machine in the business, you're keeping the workers in the business. No one's getting back late from lunch. They're buying soda. They're happy. The grounds crews at a cemetery, the workers that are hot in a factory in the summer are happier. They're literally doing their jobs better because they can go buy cold sodas. Do you need a permit to put in a machine? I talked about permits yesterday, and I've never actually gotten a permit to place a machine. That doesn't mean you don't need a permit. I would suggest you check with your state. Usually it's not state laws. Usually it's county laws, city laws, or town laws, and you might have to get a permit to place a machine. In big metropolitan areas, they're dealing with a lot more pertinent issues than permits for soda machines. So you could usually not have to worry about that. Okay, so the last big topic for today is how often do I fill my machines? You're going to sell about 3 times the amount of soda during the summer than the winter. This is, of course, unless you live in an area like Arizona, Southern California, New Mexico, maybe Southern Texas, Georgia, Florida, any of the southern states, obviously. You're going to have summer temperatures pretty much all year round. And you're lucky as far as a vending business goes because you're going to make a lot more money than us up in the north. So during the summertime, I'm filling my machines. You're filling your machines every 2 to 4 weeks. During the winter, every 7 to 9 weeks. So if you are depending on your vending business, once you get it up and running, to supply a good amount of your income, or even a majority of your income, or it makes later on maybe all of your income, you're going to want to save some of your money that you make during the summer for the winter. So just remember when you're booking that vacation for Labor Day that you need some money to live on, or some money to pay your cell phone bills or your student loans during the winter, because you're not going to make that much. And then so finally today I will answer some questions definitely. But I wanted to talk about, okay, so this is going to be a great topic for you guys. Um, I wanted to talk about the absolute cheapest way to start. Now, the cheapest way to start is actually even cheaper than buying your machine on Amazon. It's even cheaper than scouring Craigslist looking for machines. This is not necessarily a secret. It's a very little known and very little utilized way of actually getting into vending business. And it guarantees, if you do it right, that you'll start making money for almost nothing. So that is honor boxes. So an honor box, I don't know if I have a picture. I don't have any honor boxes anymore. I don't know if I have a picture. So basically what an honor box um, is an assortment. Do I have a box around? Give me 1 second. I do, but they are all filled with stuff. So let's say, let me just think if I have something in the area that I could show you guys. All right, let's say you have a box. Let's say the box starts here. It's around, imagine it to be a box around this tall, okay? You're going to place items. So all right, I'm going to just show you this box. It's full of stuff, but I'm going to show you what I mean. This is all the stuff I'm bringing on the trail. It's all ready. I am going on the trail, guys. I know some of you think it's like all bullshit, but I'm going. I've just had to deal with a lot of shit before I go, but most of it's dealt with. One of the things I really wanted to do was make these videos. Like literally, this is one of the things holding me back from the trail. Anyway, so let's say you have one of these boxes. You're going to put, it's kind of heavy, but whatever. You're going to put like Doritos here. You're going to put Cheetos. You're going to put maybe some bags of Raisinets. You're going to have some Smart Food popcorn. You're going to have some, they have those Chex Mix still. You're going to have some Chex Mix. You're going to have Snickers bars. You're going to have Hershey's chocolate bars. You're going to have peanut M&Ms. You're going to have Baby Ruth bars. You're going to have Butterfingers. Now, obviously, you cannot place these anywhere. You can't go into a laundromat and be like, listen, I'd like to put an honor box in your place, and I'm just going to put all this candy and chips and popcorn and Chex Mix out here on this table on this box, and I'm going to say there's a little, and then what I didn't add was you would put like a little canister that you would tape into one of the corners of the box, or even like a little makeshift box, and you would have the prices sharpied on a blank piece of white cardboard in front of the box on what the prices are, and then you tell people like, please put in $1 for the Hershey's chocolate bars, please put in $1 for the Butterfingers, please put in 50 cents for this small bag of Doritos. That's probably too cheap. 75 cents or $1 for this little bag of Doritos. Now, obviously, you can't do this. Obviously, you cannot do this everywhere. You can't do it most places, but you can do this in businesses where the employees are trusted. Um, you can put one of these boxes, and there's no cost to you. Like a box doesn't cost anything. I mean, if you don't have a lot of money, go to your local supermarket. You can get a box just like the one I was just showing you, and all you're doing is paying for products and using a Sharpie. Where you're going to place these? You're going to place these in companies that trust their employees. Maybe small. You know what? Okay, so I'm going to tell you the places to place an honor box. They're going to be police stations. They're going to be small offices. They're going to be fire stations. They're going to be EMS stations where paramedics and EMTs work. All these places have usually pretty trustworthy employees. Sometimes, obviously, you're going to get robbed. But I did actually place a few honor boxes in police stations and fire stations. I just walked in. I said, you know what, for the fire stations, I'm like, you know what, I'm an EMT. Like, can I put this honor box? I'm just trying to make some extra money for yourself. Police station, same thing. I said I was in the military. What's up? Can I put this in here? I'm trying to get into vending, but I don't have a lot of money to buy machines. And that may or may not be true for you guys, but it's still a great way to earn passive income through vending and fill those things up. The thing with these honor boxes is they're going to be more work than with something free or with something low cost comes more work usually, and they're going to be more work than a candy machine or a soda machine. Christmas in Atlantic City. I hope I cannot spend Christmas in Atlantic City. I didn't really know if you meant playing some poker and having a sandwich and meeting up, but I hope I can't spend Christmas in Atlantic City. I hope I'm still on the trail, literally, then, even though it will be cold. I do hope that I'm still on the trail at that time. So, a few more things. So, if I wasn't planning on going to medical school, what would I do? What would the path be that I would take? First of all, I wouldn't have sold any of my vending machines, and I'd be out there getting new vending machines. I would be out there placing ATM machines. ATM machines are extremely, extremely profitable. With that profit comes some danger. Your wife already booked it. Why aren't you guys going to Caesars? Well, Caesars is a little more expensive. Bally's isn't bad. Bally's, I don't know. I guess Harris is pretty cool. If you get a suite, I guess. Okay, so yeah, so you have a bunch of honor boxes for those cancer boxes. So I was going to mention the honor boxes. Some people that for like causes like cancer or like wounded veterans and stuff like that. Some people actually lie and say that their money is going to them. I'm not saying that you're lying, White Chocolate. I'm saying that some people do. And I don't mean those type of honor boxes, because those honor boxes you're putting in pizza shops, you're putting in auto lube places, you're putting in Chinese restaurants, you're putting them anywhere. When I say honor boxes, I mean you're not putting them in every location. You're putting them in police stations, you're putting them in EMS stations, and you're putting them in small offices with trustworthy employees, where you're very, very unlikely to get someone that robs the honor box. Because in small communities like that, there's going to be like, not necessarily like investigation. No one's going to jail necessarily, maybe, but there's not going to be an investigation, but that's going to be looked down upon. And if that was ever found out, whoever robbed one of those honor boxes, there would be a big deal, and they would probably get kicked out of, fired from the police or fired or EMS department, or fired from their office. Got it. Okay. So they still do well, even then. But I wasn't talking about the actual honor boxes for that. I've never done that. So if I wasn't going, sorry to be off topic, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. If the plan wasn't to go to medical school, or to get in shape and then go to medical school, I would still be doing vending. I would get into ATM machines. I would probably buy my first restaurant or coffee shop where I would kind of have an office, and I'd like run my base of operations. I talked about that in my last video with Luke, how great it would be to have him come to work every day and things like that. But I just don't want to. I just don't want to do that. It's always do that right now. It's always been my dream to get a medical education. And I know this sounds crazy. I want to get a medical education more than I want to become a doctor. I want to have that knowledge, and I want to be able to maybe write a few books. I obviously will practice too, but it's more about actually going through the intensive training than it is becoming a doctor for me at this point. At this point, maybe that will change. So once you guys start your businesses, I want to hear about your successes. Send me an email. Send me a letter if you know you're in the city or close by to the city where I am. Send me an email, or we could exchange numbers and we could have coffee or lunch. But I just want you to write in the comments when you guys do start your business. I want you to write in the comments, listen, I got 2 machines. I know Alex had left a comment and he sent me a letter about getting 2 Dixie Narcos a couple weeks ago. So I want to know when you guys start your business, and I want to know that you're doing well. If you have any questions, if I have time, I will try to send you an email back. If I'm not replying to anyone, I think I reply to most everyone. If I'm not replying to you, that means I'm just busy, and that literally means I just didn't see it. Like, I'm not gonna open your email and be like, "F you, I don't have time." I literally didn't open it yet. I'll always reply with at least a sentence or 2 if I read your email. I am not at the AT right now, Daisy. I'm pretty sure you're a troll, but we'll see. You know what? Actually, I know you're a troll, so goodbye, Daisy. Goodbye. So I'm not at the AT yet. Like I said, the medical things were going on, and I wanted to make this video for you guys. But all of you that are watching this, and all of you that are getting information, and all of you that are watching this after the fact, you better watch my AT videos. Like, you better watch them, you better share them, and you better love them, because I'm going to put a lot of work into those too. And you might not be so interested in the trail, but if you're getting good information today, you better watch those videos. So again, I want to hear about your successes. I know some of you that are watching today are going to be very successful in the vending business. Some of you are going to get a couple machines and then fizzle out, and that's fine too. But always look for ways for passive income. I think a big problem in this country, and I'm going to call it a problem, is people that rely on their jobs for all of their income. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to work. Obviously not. I've been in the military. I worked at restaurants while I was in school. I've done a couple other things. I've drove a truck for a living. I was a courier. I'm not saying it's bad to work. What I'm saying is it's bad to rely on your job for all of your money. That is a bad thing. It's not bad to work. It's bad to rely on your job for all of your money. And one day you might be, one day you might get laid off. One day you might get fired for a misunderstanding. One day you might want to quit your job, and you want to have a cushion, as small as it may be with your vending machines, or as big as it may be with your vending machines. Maybe you've built it up enough, and maybe you've decided that you don't want to work anymore, and that's fine if you have the income. Maybe you want to continue at your job for the next 20 years, and that's admirable, and that's fine too. But you should always have passive income coming in. The people in our country that have all this luxury time, the people that buy expensive things, I'm not saying that should be your goal. That's never been my goal in making more money, but you want to have that money to take vacations, or you want to have that money just to save up for your retirement, or give to your kids or your grandchildren, or help out your sick mother or your father, even if they're not sick. Maybe you want to buy them a car just because they were so good to you. And then one last thing, I'll answer some questions if you guys have them after this, so throw some questions out there. One last thing, I'm building a playlist for the trail, and I only have 100 songs in my playlist. I don't care if I have 1,000 songs in there, but I want close to something like 500 or 600 or 800 songs for my playlist for my iPod for the trail. And so I want you guys to comment below today once the stream has ended, or send me an email at Vigo viggobowman@gmail.com, viggobauman@gmail.com, to tell me your favorite songs, 2 or 3 songs. Tell me your favorite soundtracks. Tell me your favorite albums, so that I could build up like a killer playlist while I'm out on the trail. Do you guys have any other questions today? There will still be a stream tomorrow. I still do have a lot to talk about. It's amazing how much information I can go through concerning the. Hold on 1 second. Concerning the concerning vending in general, and maybe tomorrow I will talk about ATM machines briefly. So just going over today really quick. I'm still just kind of waiting for questions, guys, so you know. Going over today really quick. This is the kind of machine you don't buy. You would never spend $4,600 anyway. And then this is a machine that you could start with, Candy-wise. Great company. It's like a Honda. It's reliable. You can buy the parts anywhere on Amazon or eBay. You could even get the parts directly from the company. They might be a little more expensive. Oh, so this is pretty cool. So you could see the parts. You could see. So this is how easy these can be repaired. So all these parts here, you're never really going to replace these big parts. This is the lock door for the change box. You're not going to replace these parts. The parts you're going to replace in these machines are right here, and right within. So right here, within here. These are the candy, the spinners. So these will wear out, and then these mechanisms in here that the coin turns, which in turn turns the mechanism. These will wear out. And you will be replacing those, but so you could see this is how easy it is to replace these parts. You just kind of slide them in, use a screwdriver. Like I said, when you are filling your candy machines, always bring a screwdriver along to tighten up the parts so that there's no problems. And again, you could find these right in the description. All the links to these machines are here. Some books you might want to read on passive income are The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clausen. Great book. Very briefly, he talks about in old city in the ancient world. It's kind of like a fairy tale, more like a legend tale. And one of the characters lends out money, lends out silver, and each time they get it back, it's more and more silver. So hence passive income, kind of like stocks. And I might get into stocks tomorrow too, depending on how much time I have to prep. The next book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. And this is exactly what I was talking about as with having a job, but also having passive income coming in, so that you're not relying wholly on your job, and you don't have to necessarily be at your sucky job if you don't like your job for years and years. If you can get out of that and just give yourself a little cushion, so that you might quit your job, give notice, and have that cushion while you look for another job, or just quit entirely and open up your own businesses. Again, these are all in the description. Let's see if there's any questions. Come to AZ. So I don't know. Did I say that I was going to come to AZ? Hold on. Did I actually say that I was going to come to AZ? Because that is actually the plan at the moment, is to move to AZ and go to school in Tucson. Maybe buy a house or an apartment there for a few years while I go to school. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me just review something really quick again. If you have any questions, or you have something if you have something like very pertinent that you want me to cover tomorrow, please leave a comment right now so that I could do a little prep. I hope you guys liked today's prep. I will run through the slides one more time while I wait for questions, just so that you guys can just look at those, maybe screenshot them for your notes. So locations, sourcing your products, enjoying the break from your normal routine. My business, I had 57 soda machines and 33 gumball machines. Contracts, pizza parties. If you don't remember, I was just saying that the pizza party is what you're going to tell the business owner, like how much money they're going to get from you. They can throw a pizza party for their employees, and obviously that pizza party is going to be a lot smaller for the businesses that you have a candy machine in, as opposed to the businesses you have a soda machine in. The people with soda machines might actually be able to throw a legitimate pizza party for their employees. Vendors stealing your accounts, cost of soda machines and candy machines, new and used, motivation to get out there. Once you start getting machines, you're going to want to get more machines. You're going to be making money. The money cut you get businesses, and finally, how often I fill machines and how often you'll be filling machines. Do you add income to your taxes? Yes, I add the income to my taxes. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Heredia. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow at 4. If you have any questions you think of after the video, please leave it in the comments on this video or any of the recent vending videos. You could also email me your questions at vigobowman@gmail.com. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you again. See you then.